A few years ago, I was you. I was a new, inexperienced investor that dabbled in stock picking, but really had no clue what I was doing. I picked the stocks of the companies I just really liked. And the only important metric I used was the stock price. And seriously, this process is completely hilarious to think about now. But if you're in this boat right now, pay attention. You might be thinking the two key metrics you should be using are, is the company cool and can I afford the stock? But spoiler alert, this is an absolutely ridiculous way to invest, and I'll tell you why. So Uncle Paul bought me this book and I was totally hooked. The book simplified how a true business really works and how it generates cash, how it grows, and most importantly, how this translates into a company's stock price and overall valuation. Take, for example, a company like Tesla. It can be exciting, it can be groundbreaking, and totally be one of the biggest things in the world in the future. It can also have an absurdly overpriced stock. So say this to yourself in the mirror slowly. It is not what you buy, it is what you pay. Hey, I'm Seth in Akron, Ohio, and here at Everything Money, we've tried to simplify investing for you, save you from those fake YouTube financial gurus, and teach you a disciplined process on how to get rich over a long period of time while overcoming the fear of investing. Because the more you learn, the less you fear. Joel Greenblatt, one of the most famous investors in the whole world, published a book called The Little Book That Beats the Market, and a second edition called The Little Book That Still Beats the Market. His goal was to create a simplified investment strategy for new and inexperienced investors and give them a blueprint for investing in what he considers are undervalued companies that have good upside and little downside risk. He spent $30 million backtesting the strategy that compares companies on two key metrics: price to earnings ratio, or PE ratio, and the company's return on invested capital, its ROIC.
Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about.
You do, that's good.
Which basically measures the money a company can make if it invests in its own business to grow. This list is totally free to the public. You can grab this and I'll tell you where at the end of the video. So Greenblatt gave us some guidance on how to buy great companies at a great price. And when we've been lucky enough to talk to other great value investors in the world like William Green and Manesh Babrai, their respect for Greenblatt is off the charts. So I took the plunge, no pun intended. In year one, I sold off all my hype stocks and put $150,000 into the Little Book stocks, following the magic formula. I took $150,000, bought my 30 stocks, and invested in Joel Greenblatt's system. And the results were absolutely amazing. During July 2020 to July 2021, there was an amazing bull run. Besides COVID, the whole world was hunky-dory, and the stock market return was 38.4%. I owned companies like Discovery Channel, HPQ, Innoviva, and Altria Group. My 1-year return using the Little Book stocks was 48.92%, absolutely crushing the market. And my $150,000 portfolio ballooned up to $250,000. It felt great to have a system in place that simply didn't care about my own personal emotions, while also relieving me the stress of being really accountable for my stock picks. If things went south, I could have blamed the system and not so much myself, which relieved a lot of stress for me. So here's my update for year 2. A year ago, I bought into companies like Tupperware, Dick's Sporting Goods, I bought more HPQ, The Buckle, and Sleep Number. Some companies did great, and some companies got destroyed. And actually, I didn't really care what companies I was buying into. This billionaire developed a system, and I'm sticking to it come hell or high water. Remember, I created my own ETF of undervalued stocks that had a great return on invested capital. But as the market took a turn for the worst in 2022, I naturally expected to lose money as well. The stock market return from my second year was minus 12%. And of course, now we've entered a true bear market this year. And guess what? My Little Book stocks are down big as well. My Magic Formula stocks are down 19.6%, which, is down more than the market over that same time period. In a bull run, I slayed the market, and in a bear market, my great companies didn't withstand the onslaught as well as I would have liked. So my 2-year return is 26.34%, which is 13.17% per year over 2 years. The 2-year return for the S&P was 21.9%. So I beat the market every year by a meager 2.5% over the last 2 years. But this number is nothing to scoff at. So say we head over to the Everything Money Retirement Calculator. I'm 41 years old. I want to retire at 65. My current savings is actually about $400,000. And annually I save 32 grand. And if I just put this in SPY, my return would be somewhere around 9.9% per year. So at 65, I'll actually have about $6.6 million. And that's if I never increase my annual savings. Now this would be pretty lofty, so I'm not going to put in that I can get 13% a year, but even if I just got 2 more percentage points, go from 9.9 to 11.9, my 6.6 million would go all the way up to $9.6 million. And this is the power of getting 1 and maybe 2 percentage points extra beating the market on a yearly basis. The results are staggering. And here's the coolest part. Since I've been with Everything Money, I have finally figured out trading options. So at my 1-year mark, when I was supposed to sell off my losing stocks, I instead sold covered calls in both my account and my wife's account to generate some extra income as I got rid of my stocks. And the luckiest part is the entire market tanked that week, and I was able to generate an extra $3,000 by getting rid of stocks I wanted to get rid of. I actually kept the premiums, kept most of the stocks, and sold a second set of covered calls. And this is going to extend into my new strategy where I'm planning to sell put contracts to get into my new little book stocks. And this is all in a Roth IRA account, so I've added my $6,000 per year, a total of $12,000 over the past 2 years, and I'll be divvying up all this money and buying my new set of 30 Magic Formula stocks moving forward. And here's the list. You can get this at magicformulainvesting.com. The sign up is free, and it's literally just a couple mouse clicks away. And I'm excited to get into stocks like Dick's Sporting Goods, Williams & Sonoma, Smith & Wesson, and staying in stocks like Altria Group and Sleep Number. And of course, I single-handedly adjusted the revenue of Sleep Number by buying an $11,000 overpriced bed. But of course, I'm sleeping like a baby on it. So that's it. I'm buying my new 30 stocks, and I'll keep you updated next year. And if you're in our Everything Money community, you can talk to me about this process every single day if you want. Go to everythingmoney.com, get access to the amazing data and software we give you. You get our stock analyzer tool, that retirement calculator, and all the information you finally need to make better investing decisions. And the best part is you can go into our chat and talk to investors all over the world who are like-minded and think like us. And there's a whole chat on Little Book Stocks. And if this video brought some value to your life, make sure you fondle that thumbs up and give the channel a subscribe. If you're ready to take the next steps, check out this video on opening a Roth IRA and how it can transform your pathway in life to a better retirement.